How can he convince Liberians to give the presidency 2023? Joseph, Joseph, imagine we come on the True Breakfast Show, folks, to have President Joseph Human Boy alive to be on air.
You better start practicing.
So I started beating you. I don't want to be the president. I beat President George for everybody. I mean, say good morning, President Joseph Human Boy.
You better start practicing. The Liberians
Parliament, we pay so much. Minister Maitem, this minister that we pay so much, Minister Maitem, she's sleeping in Parliament, and with that position, she's going to fall. And the minister with the she's still sleeping. Honorable, she's still. I don't know what's happening.
That's not a point of order.
No. The minister is sleeping. You can't say that's not a point of order.
No, Josie,
you can't tell me people sleeping now.
Josie,
this minister that we pay so much, Minister Maitem, she's sleeping in Parliament, and with that position, she's going to fall. The minister, she's still sleeping. Honorable, she's still. I don't know what's happening.
That's not a point of order. Take a seat.
No. The minister is sleeping. You can't say that's not a point of order.
No, Josie,
you can't tell me people sleeping now.
Josie,
This station rules the nation. True 6.1, the heart and soul of Liberia. This station rules the nation. 96.1, the heart and soul of Liberia.
Yeah. Thursday morning. It's great to be back this morning. This is the TBS, the True Breakfast Show on 96.1 megahertz on the FM band. Good morning to Liberia's biggest breakfast show. It won't ask me, you always say Liberia's biggest. I say yes. When you go in the forest of Babalu, when your radio is on, you listen to Truth FM. Deep down into Grand Kid Mount, you listen to Truth FM, the Liberia-Guinea border, the Liberia-Ivory Coast border. You catch our network. In Grand Bassa, you hear this morning, Salala, Palala, Bon County. It's Truth FM. My Gibby. River says River G. Nimba County this morning. Good morning to the folks in Saclay, PA. District number 7. Good morning. District 7, Bound Nimba County. Good morning. Where Musa Hassan Bullet is contesting District 7. Good voice out this morning. Good morning, Nimba. The love of liberty, brothers, yeah. Let justice be done to all. Keep your blessing of feelings. Liberia voice. Liberia lives. In the midst of all controversies. Similar regards to truth, also that a soul is mine with heads of voluntary falsehood. Let's keep pushing for a better Liberia. The land of liberty. This is Truth Festival where national unity begins. My name is O'Neill. This is O'Neill Roberts, Marka Davis. Carry you straight into elections. 26 days for elections. For the 6 days. Good morning to all of our leaders, Marka. Good morning to you. And those of you writing on the social media, we ask you to just keep your personal feelings. I'll first attack you. I say, they won't talk about drugs. They are all sell out. Okay, all the media institutions can sell out. Yeah? Can you imagine this? So when we black you for a year now, you see what our life will be okay.
Well, on you, good morning. And good morning to our people who are following us this morning. You know, sometimes
you want to call sell out?
You look at some of these things and don't respond.
Anyway, no, sometimes our reaction there, it's innocent.
No, it's good. Sometimes it's good to respond to some of these things. Because when you keep quiet, people say, yeah, that's true. So this is
the Jim Dixon guy said guys won't talk about the drugs today. They are all sell out. Okay. Don't listen to no radio, don't watch, no live. All the media institutions are sell out. Look at that.
That's a nonsense comment, actually.
Let me say
it's a nonsense comment. So we're not talking much about it. So folks, good morning to all of you this morning. And you know, I was just smiling when I heard you calling some of the names of the towns from Nimba.
Okay.
Especially we talk about Saclay, we talk about Bana. These are all places that we've been there, and yes, our route. Anytime people mention about Nimba, we always. That's the reason why some of my friends ask me, man, as early as this morning, you want to swallow GB? I say yes. When we were growing up, we swallowed GB for breakfast. Yeah,
imagine that.
And as late as 11 p.m. we swallow GB.
You swallow GB for breakfast.
Nothing happened to us, my young man. That's why it's even difficult for you to see us, getting sick.
Look,
I'm talking about getting try that.
So we're Congo boys. We gotta take our hot water.
You can't even try that.
Talking about the first thing, Anyway, the first thing in the morning, our parents will do. The first thing you put in the system is the hot water. Yeah, and I saw you uploading your 10-15.
Oh yeah, you talking about this picture.
I zoomed the picture. Look, I said God is the greatest. This is Marka.
My brother, seriously, again. You had a terrible face back then. I'll never forget when I'm coming. You give me cereal.
Look at Marka picture in 2002, 2003. You say, God is the greatest.
God is the greatest.
God is the greatest.
Today we can sit with people like Tobana Tipote. We can sit with the great counselor Tiawan Bongo. We're sitting with assistant Secretary General of the United Nations. That's a lot of so that's a lot. We move. Yeah. We speak with executives of Coca-Cola Global.
Yeah, is that in the comments? We speak with Ambassador Joseph Boyka. We speak with Chef Kuyate.
Even President Weah during the election that brought Sir Joseph to the Senate.
Yeah.
President Weah was voting at the Kennedy School, Oscar and even George, all of us were there. We had a chat with President Weah and all of that. So
I have one picture.
And we were sitting at distance watching President Weah play football in Milan.
Yes.
And,
we are great people.
So yes, we are.
In this modern level now.
All of you who are following the picture I posted, there's a reason why I posted that photo, because sometimes when you people shake your hand, Shake my hand.
Yeah,
You will take a hand. I say, I mean, you ever did anything before your palm?
Your palm.
You will never understand. That's the gift of God. Yeah, so guys, the greatest here this morning, 26 days to election, but guess what we knew? Yesterday I met Kennedy Lai Birthday.
Okay.
And said Chief is 27 days. They jump. They don't mention that thing. I think it caught my heart.
Like Birthday.
Yes, like they think it caught my heart. I say, why I say, my man? We talk. When I be doing a countdown, so now I can be I can wake up.
Let me publicly say this to the folks in district number 4 in Wentown. Is that? Yeah, district 4. I'm going to be part of
which part of Wentown? Because somebody went
FDA community.
Yeah,
the FDA side. Yeah, so if you're in Wentown, Oni will be with Team Liability on Saturday.
Okay.
Yeah, with this football tournament.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so
don't have football.
Yeah, so you also invited.
Yeah, sure.
Let me see your skill. Last year Lone Star missed on Wednesday. Maybe you go. Let's see your skill on Saturday.
Yeah, sure. Only I used to try. I used to try. In my former community, they used to come in and harvest.
So you play amateur football?
Yes, I was. Yes, and I was a better number 2.
And I love striking. And there's the Ghanaian journalist said Liberia national team played like a second division
team in Ghana.
Then I see some of your angry. The commentator lied.
The sweet for all.
The commentator said the national team of Liberia plays like a second division team.
Now when the second division team was second division team in Ghana.
In Ghana, yeah. So don't take that constructive criticism in the back. Work on the national team.
I'm telling you.
There are some players who stop playing for Lone Star who do a lot. Right? You guys seen that team taking on Facebook now. What they come to that will say the national team play like a second division team in Ghana. You're working on the national team. There are some guys who don't deserve for national team. If you see some of our national team players, are you killing me? To play and wear the red, white, and blue. These guys, some of them should go for the under 18, under 20 level, then put them straight into the national team. So that commentator, that commentator was not wrong. You can even say about Arsenal. Arsenal team that look like a Champions League team when you go against Peter Burr or John Champion. These great commentators.
I love Peter Burr.
Yeah, Peter Burr. Guys too.
Wow.
But I'm a fan of John Champion.
Man, it's a point.
The guy.
I don't know whether the guy can design some of the things.
This guy commentary is exceptional. Yeah. And so don't take that thing in a bad faith though. You work on Lone Star. I think you'll take the whole social media now at the order of the day. Liberia team plays like a second division team in Ghana. You work on the national team. Let's move.
So we
move.
Maxime Bliton, the man celebrated his birthday today, another September born. Good morning, Chief. Happy birthday to you, the Director of Communications at the Ministry of Education. Good morning to you, Mr. Bliton. Today is your birthday.
Reverend.
Reverend, I wish you all the best. I wish you all the best. I'm greeting you also in my capacity as son of the late.
That's what's when you hear that thing. Like when what Rupert Nuver say, George Rial should dismiss. You know Canada? The Rupert Nuver you brave, 26 days for election, he said George Rial should dismiss.
Education Minister.
You know, with less than 3 weeks for election, the president should dismiss.
The president didn't get record dismiss.
Okay, we dismiss Sonny who will point. You can go for confirmation.
Yo, push Latin up small.
Oh, Latin that up. Betty say.
Yeah, so today is Thursday, 14 September 2023, and this is our last segment for the edition.
Yes.
Yes. So our talking point this morning will continue to inform the Liberian people that this election is crucial. The reason we say it's crucial is not because just tension or potential violence. No, we say it's crucial because the decision we make in this election will stay with us for another 6 years.
6 years.
Yes. So we move for progress. So we talk about non-violence this morning, coming out at 8:15 to 9 o'clock. 45-minute intensive interview with the presidential candidate, Honorable Robert Morris. He's an independent presidential candidate going for the presidency. He was with us this morning to talk about his vision. He attended the debate yesterday.
No, this is right.
Okay. Yeah, so we'll talk more about that. 9 o'clock, we'll bring you sports, entertainment, and commercials here on the show as usual. 9:15 to 10 this morning. A team coming from Semenco, Liberia. Semenco is a cement production and distribution company.
Yes.
Okay. Yes, they will stay with us here this morning to talk more about what they're doing in the country and what they have on their plate. So, in the midst of all, first, and this is exactly the breakfast we have for you this morning. You can miss this show this morning because yes, we have great things coming up for you on the show. We'll be speaking with someone who maybe by January we'll be calling him president. Yes, no.
Yeah, well, Ali Selassie said he have our invitation already. So ACO is the first political party that said he had the true breakfast show invitation for the inauguration. Yeah, inauguration. Sheikh Kuyate didn't tell us that one. Committee say if you win, you give us an invitation. What guy tell us that one interview, you get our invitation. So ACO is the first political party that said they have the invitation. They won't say who have been here true, but they will not say he got invitation, special invitation because of us being independent in the whole process.
And the council said they are unfinished business with me.
Oh,
yeah. No.
They got a movie to come impossible.
The council there's a manner they call Zimana. I mean to the intersection of the road. Okay. Me the council will meet to Zimana.
Yeah. Okay. Yo,
be learning small thing because you know that it's likely that you're going to in 2024. Yes, the very early part of 2024, you may go to secretary.
You mean that most ability?
I'm just saying.
Okay, so I should be letting the gear or the money.
It's small mano.
Mano.
Yeah.
Okay, how to say good morning? Morning.
To say good morning.
Yeah.
So say bavwe.
So they get three. No.
The PA, the bavwe.
Bavwe. Come on. Bavwe.
So when you want to tell a person
that man on 101 or what? At 102 or 101?
No, 101. What?
That's how one Nelson. But I want you put in the curriculum. They have let it take that. You put man you like better they get it.
On you? Bavwe.
Come on.
I say Bavwe.
Okay. Bavwe. Maka.
Come on. Yeah, so it's great this morning. We got to play small fun because this is our last edition.
Our last
until next week come out Monday. Yeah, so it's great to be here. That we have already done the lineup again. Let me use this opportunity as we line up in our talking point, our studio chat this morning. We want to again call on our Liberian people. The reason why most of the time we want to talk about the non-violence issue, we don't go straight at the politicians, the key participants. We usually direct our message to the ordinary Liberian people. You know what? Because it is through defending some of these politicians that you sometimes cause violence.
Sure.
Okay. And the good thing is that most of the key participants in these elections, we speak to them, they say they will always tell us that we don't want our supporters to attack people on our behalf. Let's conduct the election, the campaign process peacefully. Sunday, the Unity Party is coming out. They are coming with our green and white. Sit down to a place we can sit and watch them. They do their own gathering. And boom. Election day, the D-Day, on October 10th. The Liberian people will decide amongst the 20 presidential candidates who they want to lead Liberia for the next 6 years. So there's no need for fighting. There's no need for agitation. There's no need for throwing stones. There's no need for even throwing insults at each other. Because you know what? Right after the election, we are going to sit at the same Atai Center. We are going to sit to the same Palaver Hut. We're going to be sitting in the same neighborhood. We'll meet each other on the same football field. So there is no need to be too bitter about these elections. We know that people who are already sitting, how sweet, the incumbents. I'm not talking about the president. I'm not talking about the president alone. There's the senators who are incumbents, representatives who are incumbents. They better know the thing that they can stand for. That got slave and thing. People call them honorable. They're driving. People getting away. Everywhere you go, people give you courtesy. People respect you. That thing is sweet. But somebody who can't take it from you, it's hard. So their faces will be hard. You understand what I mean?
Sure.
So you're up there with these people. Let's do the election peacefully.
So you didn't party,
January,
right? In Monserrado, yeah.
Yes, he must.
Then I'm seeing a poll. The CPP is going to Marka
on Sunday.
On the same weekend. I mean, that's how it should be.
Oh, of course.
Yes, how it should be.
Different locations.
So that the CDC had an event party headquarters, but they have canceled it.
I think they should cancel.
No, they are canceled it. The
they
chairman Molu said it's been canceled.
Yeah, they have.
That's how it should be.
They have to cancel it.
They'll leave Monserrado. Well, the United Party they will.
If CDC wants to do anything, go to Grand Chile, for example.
Yeah, the way CPP look at it, going to Marka, they're going to MH Hamon. Yeah, MH Hamon coming see and second coming this weekend. Yeah, all the ML calling. Go see coming this weekend.
Yeah,
Monserrado for United Party. You go where?
Grand Chile.
You're kidding.
No,
yeah, that should be. What one should go? What one should go?
I don't want that. I want to go to Lufa, for example. It's too far. You know what I'm saying?
No, let them go for me. Yeah. Look, all the presidential candidates will sweep Bomi, Kema, and Bapolo. All of y'all put a crowd. Let me just say this right, yeah? All of you presidential hopeful, when you go to Kidman, when you go to Bomi, you go to Bapolo, you'll put a crowd.
Yes.
That ain't it.
Again,
Even Ako go to Bapolo, Kidman, Bomi, they'll put a crowd. Yes. The crowd waiting for all of y'all.
Already been telling all of us. Yeah.
Like, this is interesting, right? This is, I don't want to see on Facebook, you just post and say, yeah, the election. Look, of all of the presidential hopeful, I'm not saying but the one who will have the 0.00% of the votes. And meanwhile, big up to all of the presidential candidates who turned up yesterday to State of the Nation, presidential debate. I mean, I saw Clarence Monuba, Sheikh Kuyate, Alan Brown party I see against you. Sorry. I saw Luther Yofi. Who else? Tewan Gongolo, the 5, there were 8. There some of them were not familiar. But anyway, thank you so much. Thanks to Chris. Thanks to Madeline. I mean, thanks for taking out the bravery and tell I bring people your future. Look, but these countries are making mention of. When you go to bombing, you go to Grand Kidman, you go to the crowd waiting for you. I'm tired of seeing political parties, you're just posting. All of the political parties, you stand up bearers, you'll put up the crowd. The crowd waiting for you there.
So you see, everything has a culture.
Yeah.
So the picture and the crowd is the campaign and political culture. So give them out.
See the what?
Everything.
The pictures,
the campaign, crowd, everything that is culture.
Yeah. And some of the people in this country have not seen some of you. So when you go there, they happen to see you.
Of course.
6 years ago, they haven't seen you.
Of course.
So when they say Marka Dewe is coming to Bapolu, who contested in 2017, he's coming to Bapolu. After 6 years, they won't see him. That's when the crowd can go there.
And some of them come. They are not coming to say,
we'll vote for you.
They're coming to listen to you, what you got to offer.
Sure.
So, for example, you go now, instead of you laying out your vision for the people that you're attacking other candidates, can you imagine?
Can you imagine that?
But that alone, you can lose vote, right? Yeah, but that alone, you can lose vote.
Yeah.
Instead of you explaining to the people, and let me say, with no fear, the person who really likes that thing is President Weah. Yeah, President Weah likes that. Anytime you go, I've asked the president last time, Mr. President, when you go on your campaign trail, when the people come to listen to you, tell them how much you have achieved on the proper agenda for prosperity and development, and ask them to give you the second term. And when they give you that second term, what you hope to do more for the Liberian people.
Continue.
Stop talking about how other people can sleep, other people can mix water with sugar. They say that forget that thing. Now that they can be message them, Mr. President.
Meanwhile, on the other side, when you political hopeful going to the counter into the president, you should tell the people say yeah. The president say you know nothing but you know what tabella in tabella football. Yeah, eat tabella well. So you two, when you go there, you stop. You tell the post say, look, the government has not done more, but we are here that your savior will do more. And let me just say, I keep repeating this. Some of these cry, you're posting on Facebook, you're going live. You need the people heart. Some of the people have not seen you for the last 6 years. And you know the town and villages here, when they say a big is coming to the town, people eager, people running to go see. That's say like, oh, the person coming, let's hear the message. And some of them that coming don't have voting cards. When NEC were around here announced you go and get your voting cards, but they don't have. So this crowd thing and thing, I'm not buying to it until the results that will start to come out of the ballot box. And the Liberian people say, well, George deserves another 6 years, so be it. They say, well, we'll vote Teron Gongolo, or we'll vote Shekwia, or we'll vote Karis Monuba, Joseph Boyka, and Zana Benedict Cummings. Well, so be it. But they crowd thing, and let's keep saying there's no violence thing. Look, we have problems everywhere in the world. Some of you don't watch the international network. Take the time and watch CNN, watch BBC online. You'll see problems everywhere in the world. And there are people in this country who have predictive violence. Hey, man. People predictive violence in this election. Look, you ask the Council of Churches. Now, Reverend Simon Reeves, it's about we to hear your voices, man. For the Muslim, for the Christian, you're praying more for this country. All we need is a free, fair results for elections thereafter in our board of commissioners. If we spark up anything in this country, we all will bear it. You have problems everywhere in the world. Now, people who don't have time for politics. When you talk politics in a business room, in a business area, they'll tell you to leave for here. But election day, they'll go vote. So when you are addressing your partisans alone don't make you win election, please. The silent voters are in a huge number.
Exactly.
Please, let's say no to violence. Violence have no eye, no ear. All what you have worked for all the years, someone can take it from you in a split seconds. Someone's watching you, you're scrambling, waking up every morning, and something's packed up. There is no safety in Liberia. Anybody can take that away from you.
Exactly.
Yeah, man. Good morning to the Armed Forces of Liberia. I mean, a very respected institution. Prince Johnson. I mean, when someone talk about the army still have that respect, that brand. It's still, I'd like to greet you guys this morning. I don't know what falls my heart, but Prince Johnson, Major Lieutenant General Prince Johnson, I'd like to say
Major General Prince.
He said, Good morning to the Armed Forces of Liberia. Thanks for your professionalism. Over 6 years, the army respect is still there. I saw something to Omega. The Omega traffic marker was so heavy. Look, one army personnel, the guy stood at Omega with a belt. Look, motorcyclists or taxi, they may say everybody in the queue. Straight. Look, let him go down. I said, what? The Pope respect the back. Prince Johnson, good morning to you. Thanks for keeping the brain of the army today. And you know, the security people will make the decision. They don't talk politics.
No.
They'll go vote. The police, if I'm praising you, just step up more.
Again, we would like to appreciate our partners for supporting the army. Yes, because it was a brand new army built to real international standards, and they've been participating in peacekeeping mission across Africa, especially in Mali, where I think it's Mali that they had a contribution. We appreciate them a lot for that. And again, let me say the last time one of the officers there mentioned that there will be a time during these elections that you will see army people outside. They are not. Don't be frightened. Do not panic. Don't be frightened. We're coming to provide some security support to ensure that everything is happening in line. Don't say, "Hey, army people not out." No, don't panic. We have a very civilized army in Liberia, very trained, and because their slogan is "Force for Good." The Armed Forces of Liberia is "Force for Good." They'll come out to provide some support to buttress the police efforts in these elections, because obviously in election security it has to do with joint security. Joint security is if I'm not 100% correct, I will be at least 90. Joint security, the armed forces, the police, the immigration, LDA, even fire service. So all of them together, they call them the joint security. So anytime there is emergency, for example, we had a COVID-19 issue here, it was the joint security that were imposing the protocols, the measures put in place by the health authorities. Again, during elections, you obviously know that the joint security will provide security for the election process. So the joint security comprises the police, the army, the immigration, the fire service, the drugs enforcement agency, and so you will see all of them. Don't see election day, you see how many people, then you panic. No, don't panic. They are just coming to provide security support to the police to ensure that everything go on smoothly. So that's exactly what it's gonna be like. We have a minute to 8:15. So like we mentioned, we have Mr. Robert Marka, presidential candidate, independent. He's here this morning as our first segment guest. To all of you who are following us, thanks ever so much for joining us this morning. Charleston Sele, thanks for joining us. TV, okay, thanks. Howard, thanks for joining us. As soon as we have our guests on the camera, we'll just link up with you right there in Studio 2 to bring you this live interview this morning. Jerry F. Smoke, good morning. Thanks for joining. Prince Cooper is great. Imodi, I hope I'm getting that name correctly, from Plebo in Maryland County. Prince, thank you for joining us this morning. Matthew Bondo, thanks also. Yes, for joining us. It's great. Elijah Manwo, it's great to have you this morning. So, okay, they're still setting the camera. While they're setting the camera, let me recognize some of the people who are following us this morning. Abu Bakar, Siddiq Sharif, thanks for joining us as well. Okay, let me carry up. Altia Bomosi, good morning. Thanks for joining us. Aloysius Flomo, always following. Emmanuel K. Tokpa from the Office of Representative Taponwa, thanks for joining. Gabriel Williams is also following for Nizo this morning. Wilson David is also following. Rich Colinius Momo is following this morning from District 12. Jeff Camon is also following this morning from Margibi Israel Community. Josh Christopher Wule from the Office of Avajun. I'm waiting for the camera signal so we can join the guests. So while we do that, let's do justice to people who are bringing their data to follow us this morning. Jackson Poyondo, good morning. Aloysius, I already mentioned you that double dipping right there. Lamino Conan, good morning. Momo Aliu, good morning. Thanks for joining. Emmanuel Sumo Koli is also following. I think I mentioned all of you. Thanks ever so much for joining us this morning as we now try to transition to Studio 2, where we have the guest pretty seated with Odira this morning.
Thank you so much, my trusted friend and professional colleague, Marka Davis. This is the Breakfast Show, Truth FM 96.1. 26 days to elections in the midst of all of the country affairs. Well, my name is O'Neill Marka, running straight up into our election. Well, it's a pleasure to have in studio presidential hopeful and independent individual who's going to this election on the 10th of October. On Robert Morris, live with us on the first segment from the TPS. Good morning to you. How you doing this morning?
Excellent morning. I'm doing great. Feeling really good.
Feeling you okay?
I'm very okay.
And by the way, I want to say my condolences to you. You lost your campaign manager just while in the process.
Yes, thank you. It's a tough one, but life goes on.
Life goes on. Great. So how is it? How is it? We're from 26 days ago.
It's good. It's coming along. Of course, like I said, we had a break because of the bereavement, about 2 weeks, but we're back on the trail. I've been having fun with this. The Liberian people are hungry. They are tired. They are looking for something they can hold on to. They are looking for honesty now. They are looking for solutions. And so the message is resonating with them. I'm just speaking to them like I always do, like I've always done. I'm telling them the truth. I give people the opportunity to ask me questions. And these elections are going to be very different type of election in Liberia. The level of dissatisfaction, I don't think anybody has seen it before. And so don't count put it this way, don't count anybody out. There's going to be some very interesting things happening because there are people like myself that are doing a lot of work on the grassroots level that will shock a lot of people.
How you going about with your own campaign? I mean, I guess you're seeing pictures of videos of from other political parties pulling out the crowd just airing there. How about your own side of campaigning?
So my own style campaign is going directly to the people. The crowd is fine. I mean, I'm not going to knock anybody for the crowd pictures.
Mhm.
Those are fine, and it's necessary in campaign all over the world. But crowds aren't votes. What we're looking for are hearts and minds.
Crowd and votes. These are two different things.
Yeah, crowds are not votes.
Mhm. Crowds are not votes.
They're not votes. I mean,
Okay.
me and you know that. I mean, on the you know that in a fly.
Mhm.
On a real level,
Mhm.
you see these crowds, the same people you see in O'Neill Robert crowd, you come to Morris and see the same people in Robert Morris crowd. So it doesn't necessarily equate to votes. It may give an indication of your level of, popularity, but again, what you're looking for is you're trying to translate votes, translate these people into votes, and that is not necessarily done by crowds. It's fine, it's a good thing, it gives the impression, that you're a serious candidate and so on and so on, but it doesn't necessarily translate to vote, especially in these elections we're going through, because people are tired. People want real solution now.
What message you taking out to the people? I mean, your running mate is Madam Cecilia Coffee Brown, Robert Morris, Cecilia Coffee Brown. This ticket, when you go out to the people, your start of campaign, I'm a bit concerned because I'm not seeing pictures, I'm not seeing videos all on social media. Robert Morris, Cecilia Coffee Brown, your VSB. With 26 days to go, let's look at your chances in these elections.
My chances are great. You're not seeing pictures. They don't need that. You're not following me on my social media.
I mean, like I see
Platform,
pictures and
and then I will have a problem with you.
No, because
You're
on
not
a daily
following-
basis,
on Facebook.
like you posting just over everything. Your supporters are not. Maybe you are doing so, but your supporters are not doing. Like that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Okay. Of course, like I said, I had a 2-3 week break because of my bereavement. So yes, there's been a law in, and I suspended my campaign for that period. I lost my sister. But as of last week, we've picked back up again and we started. So you can see me on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram. I'm there every day, and you can see our activities. Cape County, Top Montgomery, you name it, we're all over the place.
Is this bringing you apart? Is this, I mean, on a very sincere note, getting to rate to become president in Liberia? You want a higher seat in the country. Is this bringing your energy? Is there any form of regret? Why have I getting into this with this amount of days to go?
No, it's none. In fact, I'm more. The more I meet with people, the more invigorated I am, and the more passionate I get because it's resonating. People want genuine answers, and I'm very straightforward with them. This country is too beautiful a country to be where it is. It's not difficult to correct this country. You just need to put the right people in the right places and do the right thing. People who have heart for the country. People who can have some righteous indignation that this thing will just piss you off, that we're in this kind of condition for no reason, just besides the fact that people are not doing what they're supposed to do. And people are upset about that. I'm upset about that. That's why I'm running. I get tired of 5 million people in the country and nobody can do the right thing. Every time we try, we look for this person, we look for that person, and the poor fool. Nobody fooling anybody. We know what we're doing when we're voting for people. We know exactly what we're doing. We saw people vote for people here who they didn't even know. And they said they were voting for what? Symbols.
Okay, vote one, vote
vote. Oh, we saw that here. And we see the results. So nobody has fooled anybody. That's why I'm going to the people, and that's why I'm asking them to examine me. I don't want anybody voting for me until you've examined me. Find out what I'm about. Find out what I have to offer. Find out what I have done. And that is what is resonating with the people. I'm being direct and I'm telling them the truth. Look, I don't get kafu. I don't eat kafu.
Okay. You don't get kafu.
I don't get kafu. I don't eat kafu. If you're going to vote for me, you will vote for me because you believe in Liberia and you believe that I am able to do it. And that's what I'm saying. The passion I have in me is genuine. We will change this country. This country will change by fire, by force, we'll change this country.
You number what on the ballot box?
I'm number 14.
Number 14.
Very beautiful number.
Okay.
Number 14. It's a very beautiful number.
You're number 14.
Oh, yeah, number
So I've
14.
met the
That
number
number
14.
2
I've met the number 14. Finally,
my man. That number 2 fan.
I've met the number 14 on the ballot
Number
box.
14.
At long last, the true breakfast show I've come across the number 14.
Number 14. That number 2 fan.
Well, so you're one of that number.
But me that number fan. So number 14. I found number.
A beautiful
I
number.
like it, beautiful.
Number
I like
14.
it. But man, you're wonderful. Oh, wonderful. There's a boy looking for the 14. Yeah.
So you number 14. Number 14 on the ballot box. Let's listen to your vision you have for Liberia. Normally, it's good to know you want to become president. I mean, the highest city in our country. Liberals should know as to why they should vote Robert Morris, not of Cecilia Crawford Brown. Let's listen to your vision for our country.
Okay, so I have a very large platform. Of course, I've been here before. We've gone through that platform several times, but we still need more people.
This is the campaign
This is
period.
the campaign period. Now, my campaign is "Let There Be Light." That's my slogan.
Let there be light.
Let there be light.
Mhm.
Okay, it's sort of biblical also, but what we're saying is we must bring electricity to this country. Only everybody in this country, I guess I can say since the war, have lived or grown up in a country where they believe it's normal to not have electricity on a regular basis at affordable. I used to manage the airport, the international airport. I was the deputy for administration.
Okay.
And look, I'm telling you, the amount of money that we used to put into just keeping that airport powered by electricity, it was ridiculous. If we were a private company, we would have gone under. We couldn't have been profitable. We, as a country, if we are to develop, if we are to create jobs, you hear all the other candidates come here and talk about their platforms and so on and so forth. I don't care how beautiful your platform is. If we as Liberia cannot produce enough electricity on an affordable basis, all those platforms, they are worthless. Nothing that can be achieved, whether it's in the health sector, education, agriculture, you name it, nothing can be achieved without electricity. So my basis of my platform, so imagine you're building a house. The foundation of the house is electricity.
Okay.
Upon that, I build my other pillars. So what we're going to do first and foremost is, and not just electricity in Monrovia. Interestingly enough, a lot of people may not know this, but we have enough electricity in Liberia. We are not short of electricity. We have the CLSG line that comes from Ivory Coast. Any amount of electricity we want, we have. What we have a challenge with is the distribution network.
Okay.
And that is what I want to focus on. I was born and raised in Firestone. All I saw my whole life, I never knew a time where you said light gone.
Okay.
We had concrete poles that we used to create the distribution network in Firestone. They're still there from before I was born. Those poles are still there. We're going to start that in every seat of government in this country. What that would do is it would immediately start to provide jobs for some of the young people. And in this, at the same time, creating the distribution network so that we can have electricity put out throughout the various parts of the country. In so doing, you will start to create jobs. A lot of people here can create their own jobs if you had electricity. What are the cold storage for people doing fish business? What else are the photo boys who doing photocopying or graphic designing or digital graphic or whatever? If you have affordable electricity, widespread, a lot of people can create their own jobs. So that is the foundation for my campaign.
Okay. Let there be light.
Let there be light.
Okay.
Then upon that, we start to build the various pillars. Of course, as you know, my first pillar is resetting our relationship with the United States of America. That is very important.
Liberia, United States relationship.
Yes.
Okay.
I think I know we need to reset that relationship because that's one of the ways we can start to get investors into the country again. We can start to get businesses here. We can start to get the basis of everything that's going on here is employment on you. We need to get our people jobs, and we need to get jobs that pay them. The public sector government is fine, but government, if it takes all the weight, it doesn't work. We need a private sector. We need private companies to be able to come in here. We cannot have a situation where America is discouraging people from coming to Liberia. It's not going to work. We're just not going to get them. So we need to reestablish favorable relationship with them. That's my first pillar. When we do that, then a lot of other things can flow. America, they're the ones that can go to the G7, G20 meetings. We don't go to those meetings, but if we have good relationship with them, when they go there, they can talk for us. So that's my first pillar. Okay. Second one, we have to be serious about fighting corruption.
Okay. That should be the tail one. Let it be light.
Well, let there be light as a foundation.
Okay, the foundation. Okay.
Remember, we're building a house here.
So
the foundation, is we feel the foundation is the light.
You build a foundation of the light.
Right.
Okay.
Then now we're coming to put the walls up. So we establish our relationship with America. Let's be serious about fighting corruption. What does that mean for me? First day in office, I, as president, must declare all of my assets. If you or Nira decide you want me to appoint you to being wherever, you must declare all of your assets. If you tell me, say, well, I'm able to declare my asset because of so, then we'll find somewhere else for you to go and help us, maybe in the private sector. But if you're in the public space, you must declare your asset. Also, we must allow these integrity institutions to work unhindered. Don't interfere. Let them do their job. If they catch on your friend, let them deal with your friend. If Kitty cannot eat her own baby, nobody will take it seriously. Nobody will take it seriously. When I was at that airport, I made it crystal clear.
You have experience in government.
I have experience in government.
Okay.
I made it crystal clear, and some people didn't understand my strategy. If I employ you or I give you a job and you're a friend of mine, you're close to me somehow, and you decide that you are going to disgrace me, but really disgracing yourself, you face the weight. And I was very clear about that. And you have to take that stand, because when you do that, then people know you're serious about business, and then it makes the system work efficiently. So we have to be serious about corruption. We have to. I intend to set up a whistleblower hotline. Okay. So there are areas where there's corruption and it doesn't necessarily get reported. But if you have a whistleblower hotline, anybody will know about it. And it's anonymous. You don't have to say my name is O'Neill Robert or my name is Robert. You just call in and say, hey, listen, at so-and-so ministry, this is what is going on, and we're going to address it. And if that is caught, you will be rewarded. Okay, we got to see you again. So those are the steps that we need to take. That's the second pillar. Be serious about fighting corruption. I'm not saying we're going to have no corruption. I'm no fool. That doesn't exist anywhere. The great United States of America, they got corruption there. United Kingdom got corruption there.
That's a means to tackle it.
But we must not let it be systemic. It must not be the order of the day. It must be the exception. We must cripple corruption. Let's cripple corruption. That's what we must do. And when we do that, businesses and things will be comfortable to be able to then come in Liberia, because then they know that you can actually, there's some level of ease of doing business and you can have confidence in our systems. Okay, that's my second pillar. Okay. My third pillar is education. Education, we've got to revamp our educational system. The first thing, I've been volunteer teaching for over 15 years now in this country. Okay. So I know the inside out. Okay, I've been working with students. First thing, we have to pay our teachers. We have to pay them a living wage. Okay, we have to pay. I believe we have to pay everybody. This business of people not getting paid is a source of a lot of unrest, unease. And somebody asked me the other day, what is security? I said security is when everybody feels secure. But somebody get paid for 3 months, 4 months, he's going to work or she's going to work every day of the week. Then security, you have issues, because people are not happy legitimately. When you work, you should get paid. Our teachers need to get paid a living wage. We need to revamp our educational system. In the world today, we're in a technological age. Okay, we're in a technological age. What our students should be doing, my education system, which was designed by my sister, who was an educational expert, one of the best Liberia had, and I'm sorry that we recently lost her, but her dream will continue. Look, by the time you graduate from high school, you should be able to get in a job market, or you should be able to create a job. That's how it is in the rest of the world now. You have people, you can sit right here. If we teach young people how to develop, let's say, for instance, web pages or build applications or do graphic designing, you can actually sit down right here in Liberia, create your website, advertise it throughout the world. People will buy into your services. You can build a website for anybody, anywhere in the world from right here in Liberia and get paid. children are doing that in India, young people in India, young people in all other kinds of countries, Nigeria and so on and so forth. Why can our children do that? Our education system should include a TVET aspect to it, that by the time you graduate, you know some plumbing, you know some carpentry, you know how to do graphic design, you know how to build website, especially technology. We have to get on high tech, because you can put a student, anybody who can read and write, and that is also one of the areas we need to focus on, our fundamental skills, the reading and the writing. Anybody who can read and write adequately, you can put it into a computer course for 6 months to a year, and they're ready to roll. They're ready to roll, and they're exposed to the entire world market. So we have to design our system of that, and that is what I intend to do in Liberia. In 6 to 12 years, you will have a completely new country with all the young people we have. You will have people here working, earning an income, or from anywhere in the world, from here in Liberia or from anywhere in the world. We're in a technological age. All of our young people, very brilliant. I tell you, I've been teaching for over 15 years. They're very smart. They just need the access. You'll see what will happen in the country. There'll be a revolution. And you know what? It's important to have government support. But I've been pushing that on my own, even without going into this government business. It's just that I see now that you need the backing of government to be able to make things happen at a faster pace, to get young people into jobs, to get young people exposed to these things that exist everywhere else for us also. So education is my third one. Then health. Okay. Again, we have to pay these people everywhere I go. Like I said, Meliki the other day, and I'm meeting with a group on down there. The nurses, as soon as I said, midwives, we have to pay these people a living wage, and we got to pay them on time. I know it sounds like I continue to say the thing over and over, but if you don't pay people, this system I come from, when people work, you pay them. You don't do anything else until you pay them. You don't buy make capital expenditure. You don't do anything, pay them. If you want to pay them, then they need to be working, because if somebody is working, that means they're generating revenue. And if they're generating revenue, they should be paid. So we must pay these people, midwives, doctors. These people are people that save our lives. Okay, how do you expect to go to somebody who you coming to save your life or your children life, and they don't know how to pay their way to go home? Some of them can't pay for their children to even go and seek medical attention or go to school and so on and so forth. We must pay them. We must increase their training. Remember, we're in now the technological age. There are things that are happening in the world that we have to get onto that level in terms of medicine. We can't have all our people every family when something happens, you jump on plane and have to leave and go to another country. To do minor procedures. We must train our people, get them up to scratch with the rest of the world and with the technology. Medications that are coming in this country, we need a regulator to make sure that it's the proper medication, because that has a significant impact on us. Okay. So that's health. Okay. The next one is infrastructure, which electricity falls under. Okay. But then, as you know, I'm an airport man. I've worked at the airport for so many years. That's the gateway to the country, to any country, an international airport. Okay, especially a country like Liberia that has one. We must regain our hub status. Okay, and also we must get to the point where we can fly flights directly to the West, the US, Europe. Right now, you can't leave from Liberia and fly directly to America or to Europe because we don't have the kind of security clearances we need. We need to get that back.
So under your government, you make sure you happen.
But that will happen tomorrow.
A flight will go straight to Brussels.
Straight to
instead of making us stop back.
You don't have to make us stop
anywhere.
And all of that. Because let me tell you what happens when you do that. When you do that, the cost of tickets reduces significantly. So now more people will be able to afford to go to these places, and you get more airlines here. And as opposed to us going somewhere else to connect, other people now will start coming here. That's how it was in the past. I remember that when we had about 17 international flights flying through Liberia. That we must get back. We must get our hub status back as an airport. It will shine some light on us as a country. It will show that we're serious about doing business again, and we're coming back into our real status within the Community of Nations, and it will also make us proud. Okay, on the roadside. I just drove here, the Ralphie Highway. I mean, by the time you get here, man, I had to sit down and stretch because the road is, the condition of the road right now is terrible. Look, we have a road fund.
It's not a construction though.
And that road fund brings in, I think, 20 something million dollars a year. I don't know the exact figure, but at least I know it's no less than $20 million a year. When I was at the airport, we had to redo the runway. Okay. That was a $28 million project. That airport is $10 million a year airport at the time. And I know it can't be much more because our throughput, the passengers coming here hasn't increased significantly. So when you look at a $10 million business and you have to carry out a capital project of $28 million, you say, well, how do you do that? Well, we basically ring fence some of our revenue. We have revenue that we're coming in from passengers that come into the country. And we basically went to a bank and we said, listen, can you pre-finance this project? And then we will basically ring fence a certain portion of our income and send it to you. We can use that same strategy to do all of our roads in Liberia right away. Take the road fund, ring fence, whether that 80%, 90%, leave a portion there so that we can be able to run the administration of the road fund. And also, I think for maintenance, I think Liberian companies should do maintenance of the roads. Go to a bank and leverage that road fund and say, look, we're getting the average, let's say we're getting $20 million a year. So we're getting $20 million a year. We need about $600 million. Our coastal highway, whatever roads you want to do, can we pre-finance this? Get qualified and competent road building companies, not jokers, not the people there who know what they're doing. You have to get people who know what they're doing, and you get them in here. You do the bidding process, and within 3 years only, all of our roads will be done.
Right.
And when we get those roads done, you can then start applying toll booths to some of them. Okay, you can start applying toll booths to some of these roads for maintenance and other things, and people will be happy to do that as long as you have roads that are passable and well maintained.
Great. So Marka, you're coming in.
Yes. So thank God you were talking about infrastructure development, or what we have seen over the time. I guess you're getting me. Yes, what we've been doing over the time is we have our partners always supporting our projects either on grant or loan. How do we intend to expand the budget space that, as a government, you can undertake some of these major infrastructure development projects? We're still in 700 million. We're thinking about going above $1 billion.
Yeah, but Marka, like I was saying, a lot of the money we need to do is right here. It's a matter of management. And I'll give a short story and then I'll go back to that. I was at the airport where we had Ebola, when the Ebola crisis came.
Okay.
And everyone had to lay off staff. We lost all of our commercial airlines except for Brussels. So when you look at it on paper, there was no way we could sustain ourselves. But we sat down as management and we came up with a stellar plan that enabled us to start to get revenue from some other places to maintain our entire staff during the entire Ebola crisis. We never laid off one single person. We maintained them. And we're able to do that because we sat down and we put things together. The money is there. If you have the right people, you will get the money. We have plenty of money here. I mean, you not see people finding $30,000 for all the lawmakers to go home with. So how can you tell me why we get money here? You ask about the budget? My God. Come on. The money is here. I'm telling you about road fund that me, you, Marka, everybody else here pays for. Are you aware of that?
So during the airport time, when the flight was not coming to Liberia beside Brussels, you didn't lay off staff?
We didn't lay off one single person.
Okay.
We managed to maintain everyone. I mean, we had to tighten our belts a bit, but we maintained everybody because I felt it was extremely important. I could not see the people who were on the lowest levels, us going through that Ebola crisis that was already devastating, then on top of it, lay people off again. So we fought tooth and nail and we succeeded. But that requires a lot of thinking, a lot of strategy. Anything you want to do, you can do it.
You have a beautiful platform, but is the message resonating well? I mean, in our country, with just 26 days to election, I mean, is it listening up? The platform from Rabbi Morris to Coffee Brown, I did listening up to the message. The platform, this is why you want for a bit of Liberia.
They are, because like I'm telling you, Today, Liberia is different from any other Liberia I have ever seen. People are tired. People want to see things happening. People are sick and tired of everything not working. So people are listening. And there's a lot of silent voters. I want to tell you when you talk about a crowd. I went to the bank the other day, and one of the ladies there told me, she said, Mr. Morris,
I'll vote for you.
not so much that I will vote for you, but she said, look, thank you for doing what you did. She said, I know it took so much bravery. She said, but we need to see people like you now because we're tired with the 1 and 2. So we need to see people like you want to see different things, and we want to hear from you. I beg you, you just tell the truth. And you tell us that's what we want to hear. We, the silent voters, are in the majority, but you will not see all in the street doing it, but we're watching. So listen, this election will prove to be a lot of surprises. It will have a lot of surprise. Plenty of people will hold their head. Plenty of people hold their head because the people.
What different things you see? What different things you see? What different things you see playing in these elections compared to the past elections? That you continue to say you put up surprise.
Other elections, you didn't see the level of dissatisfaction. When you talk to people, you literally feel pain. I mean, for instance, like this whole payment business, nobody taking pay. You talk to people having taken pay for 3 months, some people 6 months. It's I've never seen that before. And what that does is it cuts across, because a country like Liberia, when one man take pay, you got almost 20 people. So people even way in the villages not going to be able to take pay, not going to be able to meet medical expenses or any other thing. So I haven't seen this level of dissatisfaction before. It's hard, and you all know it. Let also with also.
What some of the disappointment you have encountered since the campaign was launched on August 5?
You mean me personally?
Yeah, your campaign.
Yes, your campaign team, you as a person wanting to become president and projecting your vision to the people. I mean, what have been some of the disappointment you have seen? Maybe you went to a crowd and something. What are some of the things you see?
Honestly, I have the only major. I mean, I wouldn't call it a disappointment. It's life. It's me losing my campaign manager, my sister. But I haven't had any that, and that was a major blow. But when I go on a campaign trail, all I see in the people's eye, like the people hungry. And I tell them the truth, and they're very appreciative.
Is it that all of the opposition, perhaps people are carrying the same message? I'm trying to view through the vision. Why is it the oppositions are still not yet together? You want to unseat this government?
Well, that's the beauty of democracy. And
can you do it on your own? I should put it this way: Robert Morris and his team, can they do it on their own?
It's a strategy, of course.
Is it working?
It's a strategy. It's working. Look. I told you before, and I'll tell you again. Elections are about numbers. It's about numbers. You boil it down. When Donald Trump came down the escalator and said he wanted to, the people are laughing at him. Why the man will go there? Donald Trump focused on what was important, the numbers. In America, they have something called electoral college. It's 270. Why everybody was laughing at Donald Trump? Oh, the men can talk about women that they did. Donald Trump kept a razor-sharp focus on the numbers, and he went for the numbers. I am focusing on the numbers. This is about numbers. It's not about
which county is your stronghold.
I'm a Margibian. Margibian, I'm a county.
You sure?
I'm positive.
184,000.
184.5.
Yes, voters in Bangi.
First round 10 will probably be about 72, 73%. You're talking about 133,000 people going.
You sure about that county?
I'm positive about that county. The upper and the lower belt, I'm positive. I will be. You should come and cover it. I'll be in upper on Saturday. Come there, cover and see what I'm talking about.
Mr. Morris, what are your international connections that you can convince investors to come in and invest here that will also create some job opportunities for the Liberian people? We listen to a lot of the participants in this election. They say, well, there are no investments here. People are not coming in with money to create jobs for the people. Do you have that skill, that connection?
I definitely have that skill. And it's a very excellent question, Marka, because people ask that question all the time. And it's a misleading question, especially for a country like Liberia where you don't have a very high literacy rate. To be president of the country, you don't run the country from your personal contacts to create jobs. No. If that was the case, we have stadiums all over this country. Okay, that's not how a country is run. Nobody should fool anybody and say that people run country because of your personal connection. That's a lie. You have a foreign ministry, you have a National Investment Commission, you create the climate, you create the framework, the environment. That's why I say we must fight corruption and look like we're serious. Before somebody bring their money here, they can be my best friend. And I do have some best friends, okay, good friends that are multi-millionaires and they have major businesses. They're not going to bring their money here because they're not satisfied. If they're not satisfied with the environment, they're not satisfied with rule of law, they may feel that he comes here and he gets into a situation, he goes to the court system may not be able to protect him and he may lose his investment. So it doesn't matter who you know. Nobody, y'all shouldn't perpetuate their thing. It's a myth. When you're running a country, which is a whole big institution, you don't run it from inside your ruler there on your phone contact list. You run it, you set up the framework, you set up policies. Okay, in the agriculture sector, this is what we want to do. We're going to now start to invest in pineapples. We're going to now start to look, we want to start to process palm butter. Now that we got electricity, we can open processing plants. Let's process palm butter to be exporting to the US, just like Ghana and Nigeria. That is what you do. Then the investors who are in that business, they say, oh, wow, the electricity is cheap in Liberia and palm is plenty. My man, let's go there and invest. The rule of law is good. If something happens, our money is protected and so on and so forth. That's how you raise a country, not through your Rolodex. So my experience and my ability to choose the right people is what's going to make investors come here. People know that, look, Robert Morris does not joke around with corruption. Robert Morris makes sure that the ease of doing business is high. That's what we create the environment and the climate for people to come. Not who I know personally. I know people.
That sounds good.
Great. Independent candidate Robert Morris. Your VSB is Cecilia Coffee Brown. And in form of, I'm saying mixed reactions from some chat room. And in form of personal contact with the former president Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. In terms of support to the team.
No, I mean,
no.
I'm not here to take it. Ellen brought me. No, it's not true.
Okay, great, folks. Let's see if we can have some interaction with the public. Robert Morris, independent candidate in the upcoming. Finally, I've met number 14 on the ballot box. He's number 14, the favorite number 14. Are you proud of number 14, right?
I love that number.
You love the number. So how you got this number?
Almighty God. God Almighty.
That's why you started loving this number. That's when
you started loving the number.
I got stuff. What you doing, man?
Was it 1995 or when?
So, don't feel follow. Udu says Robert Morris is a very good man. I did his house roofing in a disco hill. I was treated very well. Anyway, I'm reading the comment on the Facebook. Let's get some calls out. 0770153265. Marka, you can also pick up on that.
0770202579. I have the first caller. Yes, let me pick the first caller. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Please stay away from the receiver, please.
Thank you for doing that.
Go ahead. Okay.
First of all, let me say thank you to Rabi for the whole step taking for admitting my Gidi country first and for your dream behalf of Liberia. I wish you good luck in son of my Gidi country. Thank you very much for the storm. So wish you good luck. Thank you.
Okay. And this one also, good morning.
Good morning, Marka, and let me say good morning to you. My name is Robert Francis Oka. I joined you this morning from Unification City, Lower Miami County. The 3 concern, how can Robbie Morris reconcile with this honor the regime, the management use of people illegally at that airport? The municipality government, the city government were not getting any help from the RRA. Or you used to go on that runway to city or in the high. They were all on the runway down there. Secondly, the living condition of Robbie Morris. Come more than $10 in a year.
Good morning.
Good morning. How you doing?
That's there. You go ahead.
Yeah, I'm raising from calling from Broadway to people.
That's there.
I'm listening to your guest. He spoke plentifully, quite frankly. But my concern is that why the guests and the other candidates can put their head on asking to go against this party. But if everybody goes separately, you don't think this party or maybe the CDC will still take a day? So that's my only.
I have difficulty on the line. So first, when y'all wake up in the morning, y'all don't have something. You just need the line, man. You got that about dog being here. Yeah. Don't make the line too long. Difficulty morning, yeah.
Good morning to you. Good morning to my studio guest.
Morning.
You have some very good plans. I've been following your talk show and your different radio stations. But what do you think about some people who say that you are actually in a race not to win because you cannot really win, but you are there for accommodation purpose? For example, you are a GGC when it comes to politics. And there are some big names, and we don't hear you among the big names. And you are in this race for accommodation purpose, so that when the time comes for a second round, you'll be able to negotiate with whoever you think will make it, and you say, look, give me LPRC, or give me the RI, I want to be general manager there. Number two, our international airport is no different from the remote airport I saw in Calabar when I went to visit President Taylor. And you went there before. What are you going to do to help make this airport an international airport, to resemble at least an international airport? Thank you very much, and I wish you good luck.
All right. Great. Let's see if we can pick two more calls up, Marka, from your end. Yeah.
Yes, this one. Good morning.
Good morning, man.
Please, yeah.
Good morning to your studio. I appreciate your studio very much. But there's not a model that ready to work and take on you work for the justice system. But the thing is, what brings confidence is when you have the people that committed, you know, bringing them justice, then the quality they want to represent, and you as a person are very serious. So what's the state of everybody?
Okay. Yes, take one more call.
Okay, this is another one. Morning. Good morning, go ahead. Your line is running. I don't know what's happening. No, it's bad.
Yeah. Anyway, so yes. So thank you so much for the call. We can take all of the calls. Look, if Frenzy will suspend Frenzy for the show until after elections, all right? Yes, I'm going personally with. Yeah, you call us already done my dog. Yeah, anyway, that's democracy. Let's hear from you.
Nobody will get all you know. But I will start with the World Economic Forum. I'm for it. They want to bring it here tomorrow, today. I'm open. I'm for it. My only thing is, look. Let's do it and let's stop talking about it. If we're going to do it, let's do it and let's move on. We have too many other critical issues in this country for us to be focusing so much. Let's do it and be done with it, and we can focus on our young people, getting them jobs. We can focus on all the people who are not getting paid, paying them. We can focus on developing our country so that we can also be proud, and our young people don't have to go to other neighboring countries who we give them their independence to go take picture in the malls and so on and so forth. You want to bring it, you'll bring it, but let's bring it and be done. I'm not going to dance around with it. That's my position, and that's fine. Omer Koti came up with some, very good salient points. I think he started listening late, though, because he asked about the airport. I think I explained how we intend to get the airport to world-class standard. We want to start... we want to regain our hub status, number one, and then we also want to be able to fly direct flights back to the West and get that security clearance again. Then I think it was something else. He asked about the seriousness.
He mentioned about whether you in the race for
question. I think that's an insult. Okay. Every time people ask me that question, I see that as an insult because you're telling me that I took my time and my risk and my resources, because people here think to say you want to be president are easy. It's not easy. It's a lot of effort, it's a lot of decision making, there's a lot of risk involved. And I did that. And I only did it because so if I wanted to hustle for LPRC job, I run for president, hustle for LPRC job, or to hustle for airport job. I became deputy at the airport. We're all running for president. And I'm not a novice to politics. Kuti knows that. He was there with me way back when. I've been in politics since way before active politics in Liberia since 2005. I ran in Margibi County. Well, District 4 at the time. District 1 and 2, I've been engaged with politics ever since in Liberia. Before that, I was engaged with politics all over the world, everywhere I was, advocating for Liberians in different forms and formats. I was part of the peace process in Ghana, the peace talks that brought peace to this country. So no, I'm not a novice to politics. I'm not loud. I wasn't always all over the place. I was a private person. But now that I want to be president, I have to come out to the forefront. So no, I'm not novice to politics. I'm not in it because I want to negotiate. That's an insult to anybody, I think, if you say. And if anybody is in it, that means they don't care about this country, which is a precise reason why we're in the position we're in. A whole bunch of people who don't care about this country, and they're in these positions. And that is what we must change, that notion that David Kuti is talking about.
As you close up in 2-3 minutes, what do you want to say to Liberians as we get close to election 26 days ago?
I want to say with Liberians that this country is a beautiful country. This country is a country that can work. Okay, I know it. I've worked in the public sector. I've worked in the private sector. We have some of the brightest brains in this country, the brightest young people like yourself, O'Neill. We only need to create the opportunity and enabling environment. Liberians should make the right choice now. This business of saying people fool us, nobody fooling anybody. That's the beauty of democracy. You have the opportunity to listen to all of us and to sift it and make a decision based on that. And they should make a sound decision. Now, let's be peaceful, okay? And the voice of the people, these elections will come. Mm-hmm. And the voice of the people is the voice of God. Listen to me closely. Mm-hmm. The voice of the people is the voice of God. Nobody tampers with the voice of God, or the wrath of God will come upon you. Let's go to these elections. Let the Liberian people make the decision. I definitely know it's going to be for me. And let's come out peacefully and let's start to build our country. This country is fine. This country is not impossible. It's not difficult. Let's move forward and build this country and become proud again. Let our people be able to have the kind of jobs and the kind of opportunities that they deserve.
So before you go, David Kuti wants me to extend his apologies to you. Perhaps he said it was he didn't mean that you interpreted them, but he wants you to accept his apologies.
Apology accepted. Okay, accepted. Yeah.
Great, thank you so much. I wish you the best of luck. You number 14 on the ballot box.
Number 14.
Number 14.
Number 14. Say that number 3 times. Number 14.
Number 14. It appears that you got to know about this number in 1995. 1995.
Is on the ballot box. Well, you tapped the rubber before?
I tapped it wrong. We're about to make history in the country.
A rubber tapper son on the ballot box.
About to make history in the country.
Thank you so much. Best of luck. Robert Morris closing us up on the first segment of the True Breakfast Show. Sports is coming up next. Don't go away.
And so your sports is coming up with Naomi Tapia this morning on the TBS. It is a regular feature here on the show. So let's cross over to Naomi to bring us news from this word.
Good morning. Good morning, everyone. The Confederation of African Football CAF has selected FIFA Bash referee Mane Mensah to officiate a 2023-4 Confederation Cup second round first leg tie between Mali's Stade Malien and Burundi's Ango Noir at a March 26 stadium on 17 September. Mensah will be helped by compatriot Joe Dua assisting referee number 1, Ephraim Grant assisting number 2, and Moses Fokpa fourth official. The Verdi juror Amarante Ramos Barros, match commissioner, and Maris Halidou Maga, medical officer, complete the lineup. Meanwhile, the Confederation of African Football has selected FIFA Bash referee Savannah Gande to officiate a 2024 Women's Africa Cup of Nations qualifier between Nigeria and Sao Tome Principe at the Mobolaji Johnson Arena in Lagos at 1600 GMT on 22 September. Savannah will team up with Eritrea's Elsa Gibra Yahunings as assistant referee 1 and Johanna Nigasi as assistant referee number 2. Sierra Leone's Humo Mara, 4th official, Christine and Yonan Zika of Ghana, match commissioner, and Nigeria's Osi Salima Onimingsi, medical officer. Savannah and Humu, along with Tracy Chai and Hannah Moses of Liberia, officiated a FIFA Women's Under-20 qualifier between Guinea-Bissau and Togo in Bissau on 8 September. The Liberia Football Association will hold a referee assessors workshop at Antoinette Tottenham Stadium this Thursday. 15 participants will gather from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. under the topic Referee Assessors Guideline for 2023 to 24 Orange National League and changes to the laws of the game for 2023 to 4 season. Former LFA Secretary General Asik Montgomery and LFA Referee Manager Stanley Ebenezer Kona will serve as facilitators, and the league continues today with Live FC taking on Magibi FC at 3 p.m. at the Tucson Field. Gym Professionals will be welcoming Parks FC at 5:45 p.m. and Samira will be going against Nima United at 3:30 p.m. Philadelphia Lumsa and Jubilee FC will meet at 3 p.m. at the Antoinette Tottenham Stadium, while Nima FC and Mighty Enforcers of Nima County will battle at the ATS at 5:45 p.m. The devastating floods in Libya have claimed the lives of a number of elite footballers, according to the Libya Football Federation. The floods caused by Storm Daniel resulted in 2 dams bursting, sweeping away large parts of the port city of Dinah. The internationally recognized government in Tripoli says at least 2,300 people have died, while the Eastern Administration, which controls Dinah, says more than 5,300 bodies had been found. Thousands more are reported to be missing. The LFF has officially announced the deaths of 4 footballers in the region: Sahim Ajami, Mondo Sadaka, and brothers Sali and Ayub Sassi. Sadaka played for Danny-based Premier League Dannings, where the Sassi brothers are part of the youth team. Ajami recently signed for Al-Tahadi, another Premier League team in the city of Benghazi. BBC Sport Africa understands that another footballer, Ibrahim Al-Kaziri, also died in the floods. He had played for several Libyan Premier League sides and was most recently at second-tier Noxo Matuba. And Tottenham striker Richarlison says he will seek psychological help when he returns to England after the international break. Richarlison was featured in tears after being substituted during Brazil's 5-1 win over Bolivia on Saturday. He said the reaction was down to getting the things that were happening off the pitch out of his system. Richarlison has scored only 4 goals in 40 games for Spurs since joining for 60 million euros from Everton last summer. Richarlison missed a great chance before being replaced in the 71st minute in home World Cup qualifier against Bolivia in Berlin and was substituted 64 minutes into Tuesday's 1-0 win over Peru in Lima. Brazil play World Cup qualifiers against Venezuela on 13 October and Uruguay on 18 October. Tottenham second in Premier League hosts Sheffield United on Saturday. That's all from our sports desk.
Sports is a regular feature here on the TBS on Truth 96.1 FM. Thanks to Naomi Tapia for bringing us the latest in the world of sports on the show this morning. Big brother BG Play is celebrating his birthday today. So yes, take this one from the TBS team here this morning. BG Play happy birthday to you. September 14, you shared his birthday with Marcin Bliton, the Director of Communications at the Ministry of Education. Good morning to the both of you. I wish your family all the best. Do have yourself a joyous celebration today. Let's take this brief commercial break, and we'll come back. We join our next guest this morning.
Inspired by the sun and changing lives. These are here. Orange Energy now provides reliable electricity at affordable rates. For solar kits starting at $6,565 and monthly payments
starting today. Why not have a little more fun? Why not use money this easily? Why not get even closer to family? Why not work how you've always wanted? Fun, money, family, work. No network keeps you connected to it all, quite like Orange. It's all about what matters to you. Orange. Starting today. Why not have a little more fun? Why not use money this easily? Why not get even closer to family? Why not work how you've always wanted? Fun, money, family, work. No network keeps you connected to it all, quite like Orange. It's all about what matters to you. Orange. Starting today. Why not have a little more fun? Why not use money this easily? Why not get even closer to family? Why not work how you've always wanted? Fun, money, family, work. No network keeps you connected to it all, quite like Orange. It's all about what matters to you. Orange. Starting today. Why not have a little more fun? Why not use money this easily? Why not get even
DJ,
DJ, I tell you. I tell them all the DJ, I guess me anything I fit my face.
Yeah, there's a season for everything. What? No, there's a season for everything, in case you don't know. Yeah. But this is the breakfast show that is 6.1. Marka O'Neil was created into our election period, but it's good to have the team from our own. I like to call it our own. Yeah, Semenko, Liberia. And by the way, let me say a very, very, very thank you to our guests. This is off the record scene. Thank you, Ron Morris. Great platform.
The interview was good.
Yeah, it's a good interview. It's a good interview. They will put it say it's a good platform. Yeah, Liberia should make a decision. Yeah. Yes. I hope the guys are getting us. Let's get a brief out. Struggling to hear us, so let's see if we get a brief out shortly. Let's get a brief out. Then we'll get to that.
Political leader B. Maxwell Sarkania Sr. of the Great Movement for Economic Empowerment, MOVE, says, vote His Excellency President Dr. George Monawia, number 18 on the ballot box for more development. Here is soccer legend Jean Salisa Deba encouraging folks to vote President Dr. George Monawia.
Jean Salisa Deba, His Excellency Ambassador D. Maxwell Sarkania Sr. are on the same path for the re-election of President Dr. George Monawia. Vote number 18.
Since the inception of his presidency in 2018, President George Monawia has made great strides in all sectors of the country, ranging from the health, education, youth development, gender and social protection, macroeconomic stability, U.S. price stability, and
starting today. Why not have a little more fun? Why not use money this easily? Why not get even closer to family? Why not work how you've always wanted? Fun, money, family, work. No network keeps you connected to it all, quite like Orange. It's all about what matters to you. Orange. Starting today. Why not have a little more fun?
Yeah. So let's join the guest now. Good morning and thanks for.
Good morning.
Good morning, Marka, and good morning to your team.
Good morning, bro.
Okay. Yes. So can we do an introduction?
Good morning to the 2FM family, to our Semenko family, our able distributors, our customers, and the end user, and Liberian following us. My name is J. Ramsey Rowe. I'm responsible for logistics and shipping.
Okay.
Yeah, good morning to our valued customers, all of our distributors and the team at Semenco. And let me first of all say on behalf of our management and workers at Semenco, we're going to say greetings to our people here at 2FM 96.1. And we also want to say good morning to our valued customers. This is from the management of Semenco. I am Victor Sa. I am head of quality assurance.
Okay.
Okay, good morning to our valued customers. Good morning to our workforce at the Liberia Cement Corporation, Semenco. Good morning to our powerful distribution line, our distributors, Asanda. And good morning to our team, the sales team here. Good morning to you too, Truth FM family. Good morning to the Liberian people. My name is Ambassador Eric F. Morba Jr. I am leading marketing, communications, and regional sales at the Liberia Cement Corporation. So we'll be taking you through this morning on the impact of Semenco within the Liberian public and within the infrastructure sector of Liberia.
Okay, and again, welcome and thanks for coming. So let's begin with just a brief history about the company.
Again, thank you for having us. So Semenco began operation in 1968. We've been supporting Liberia to build a nation through our distributors, through Liberian distributors, providing quality Liberian cement with affordable price. We've been around supporting the agenda of Liberia to develop this country. We've been around supporting small businesses, supporting Liberian businesses, and supporting the development of our country since 1968.
Wow, that's good. So let's look at your products. What do you produce?
Okay, so thank you. That's the main reason we're here. So Semenco, the Liberia Cement Corporation, is the leader in the cement industry in Liberia. We lead infrastructure development. We've been a powerful partner to Liberia, like Makodi said, since 1968. So Semenco currently have 3 products on the market. The 32.5 hour, the 42.5 hour, and the 52.5 hour grades of cement. Those are different grades of cement that come with different usage. So I will talk about the usage and how important it is to our market. Then our quality assurance guy will dive into the grade
and the quality deeper. So the 32.5 hour grade is the regular cement, the one you see in the blue and red bag is rated only the 2.5 hour strong. That's the 32.5 hour grade. That is mostly used for block making, flow works, the regular construction that has been used for the regular construction, like tile laying before our new product got introduced. And that has been the regular cement the Liberian people have been used to until we started to produce the 42.5 hour grade. And this 42.5 hour grade comes with some specialty. It's stronger, and they all are packaged in 50 kg for the record. That's 50 kg weight. But the 42.5 hour has some specific chemical component that increases its performance when it's used in the wetland or for swamp construction. So it's recommended for foundations, for casting purposes, for swamp construction, for road pavement. That's the 42.5 hour grade. Then
wait, just before you move forward, so you mean because we see some concrete road construction, it is that for the two grade that is used for road, not the first one you mean?
No, not the first one.
Okay.
The 42 yeah, the road pavement, like the Somalia draft, we supply that cement. Okay. Then the 52.5 hour grade is a specialized high grade cement for mega construction. Like when you say mega construction, like you see industrial building, big buildings like story buildings, like war against sea erosion, like you're doing the hydro dam, like the pool, because the reason these different products are used for different work, because the performances varies in a different sector of the world, which the quality man will dive into. And then I want to introduce to the public, this is a surprise to the public, our new product, the 22.5X. We are on Monday, as a matter of fact, we'll be launching our new product, the 22.5X. That 22.5X is going to be used for black laying, plastering, and tile laying. Those are specific functions, and we will further elaborate on that after our quality men tell us about the quality of what we sell.
Is that different from the one you need better, the first one that you need better? I think you said
32.5 hour. Yes, the 22.5 hour is a new cement. And as a matter of fact, the 32.5 hour was used in the past to solve most of the problem we just highlighted for the masonries or the masoners. So the 22.5X will be used for plastering, black laying, and tile laying specifically. Those are specific portion of the masonry work that we recommend.
Is it replacing any of the first products you need?
No, it's not replacing any. It's an addition. It's a new product. But so I will move over to our quality assurance lead so he can further expand on the product.
So quality assurance, let's look at because for example, you're bringing a new product, people rush for it at the end of the day, people start seeing cracks and things. So let's look at the quality.
Yeah, thank you, Eric, for giving some explanation on the cement. First of all, when we talk about cement, we are talking about a powdery substance that is a product of clinker, gypsum, limestone, and granite dust. So we have specific raw materials we use to produce a cement, and I just named them. Okay. The next thing is the grades of cement is based on the specific opportunities, construction opportunities they give the end users or our cement users. So you will see, like Eric said, you have the 32.5 arrow, the 42.5 arrow, the 2.5 arrow. And Cimenco also has the capacity to produce 3 more categories of the 32.5 for the 2.5 and the 2.5. That is the N series. So we can also produce the N series because Poland cement is categorized into into N and R. Then we've introduced now the 22.5X. and they are also specific products. And these products are manufactured so that we give a different appetite or a different opportunity to our customers or to our end users, so they will have an advantage in their construction projects. So as we go along in the discussion, I will also explain to you in detail what these products are for, or if the time is available.
So,
but for instance, if you are using your 32.5 arrow, as Eric said, if we are supposed to, if a customer comes to the market and I want to buy for a 32.5 arrow, which is the current product we are using, it means that you want to use it for general construction purposes. You can also use it for black laying. You can also use it for tile laying. You can use it for building blocks, for extension of your building, for casting your floor, for creating concrete. You can use it 32.5 arrow. You can also use it for the 2.5 arrow for similar purpose, but at a different level. Like Eric mentioned, you have a wetland and you want to strengthen your concrete. Like we always said at Cementco, cement is strength, cement is life, cement is comfort. You need a very good quality of cement to live a very comfortable life, because all of the structures we see around, all of the comfortable buildings you see around, they were constructed by quality cement. And that is why we have proud ourselves for producing Liberia with the best cement. And before I slip, right? Cementco is the first cement manufacturer in Liberia, or the only cement company in Liberia with an ISO certificate. It means that all of our processes at Cementco, they are monitored and they are structured. ISO is the international standard organization that gives us certificate for basically on quality. We have the 9001 2015 certificate. So that certificate tells you that, look, you have followed your processes in quality, it's well monitored and well structured. So that is how we are in Cementco.
These different grades apart to the customer. How do you know which grade you want, which grade you need? Is it by prices? Is it by maybe color or by number? What set them apart? What the differences?
Yes, so we have color coding, like the best colors. Okay. Those are one of the factors that set them apart, because the public has to be able to identify a particular product by a particular color. Okay. So the 22.5 we're introducing now is the green and white bag, and then the 32.5 is the red and white, the regular bag, and then the 42.5, I mean the red and blue bag, and the 42.5 is dominant red bag, and the 52.5 is dominant green bag. And also because of the grade, you know, Marka, when the qualities are different, the prices are different. So because of the grade, there are different prices for a particular cement, which we will go into further as we talk about the big idea, why is this Cementco bringing new cement and what we offer, our value proposition.
Yeah, so that's exactly my next question. Why introduce another product?
Okay, so here's the big idea, Marka. In Liberia, we understand that there is a serious economic constraint. And then Cementco want to give us the best experience on our construction activities, which is to ensure that we save cost. That is the big idea. We want to save cost. We will receive quality at an affordable cost. So if you understand construction is into stages. At every stage, you will need a particular quality, or you will need a particular mixture of concrete to achieve the maximum result. So now the new product we're saying to you, now you're already paying much for the 32.5 hour. And the 32.5 hour function covers the 22.5x function. That is the plastering, the black laying, and the tile laying, because we've not introduced the 22.5. Now you're only doing it because you do not have an option. Now we provide an option to you and say that, okay, you are using the 22 to lay black, the 32 to lay black before. That was costing you, according to our published price, $7.50. Now we're coming to you, bringing a product that serves this purpose. Why do you need the 32.5 to lay the wall? The wall, to plaster the wall is more like polishing the wall, gluing the wall. Nowadays, we see people can even use a wallpaper. So the wall does not, there's no weight on the wall. So we made a specialized cement that you can use it on the wall, dress the wall. In fact, it's smooth and it's a fine material that you can use it. Think about the person way in Maryland, because that is where I work, way in Maryland and Nimba. That is our market. Those horses that have been dumped dead to death. What's the weight of the roof? There's no weight. And you want to beautify that person's horse. You want that person to be, or you want that citizen to realize that I live in a decent home. You'll be shocked to know that you enter some of the homes in the rural part of Liberia. They have not done flow work here because the cost of the product is too high. And the product cost would not reduce to the lowest because there is another factor that affects the cost of the product, which is the cost of transportation. So production cost always there. Transportation is another factor. So now you say, okay, since the people still need cement, either way, the people do not need to cast their flow to work on it, but they need a decent flow and a decent plastering. Tar laying is more like gluing. There is already an existing concrete. So you just putting glue between the tar and that existing concrete. That is why you ask the construction people when they lay tar, they do not use much cement. Plastering, they do not use much cement. It's the beautification work, finishing touches. So that's the simple message. This cement is basically for finishing touches. Where you don't spend all the expenses, my guy, you spend plenty of money to do the foundation with the 42.5. That's 8 out of 10 cents per bag. You are able to successfully raise your foundation. Now, you're still saving money for 32.5 to be the blocks because you're going to use the 32.5 to be the block. You've raised enough money, you don't be a black ring, beating it, sitting down under that plate, there's some kind of beat it too. Now you're looking for money to go raise the wall because you got to use 32.5. And to raise the money for 32.5, the mason already don't tell you 50 bear or 100 bear. You're calculating. So we say, why you should go through all that stress when there's an option? The 22.5 is cheaper or more affordable than the 32.5 and can serve those purposes we specify in our product application there. So the affordability is the big idea. We want people to be able to afford. We want to reduce the number of unfinished building in the entire market. The unfinished building too much and it's ugly, so we Smeko have come in to beautify these buildings and to help the work and add beauty to the structures we live in. So my colleagues will further dive into some other services like our logistics services, what these packages come with as we go along the discussion.
So before they do that, the 22.5 you said, right?
Yes, 22.5.
Is it on the market now?
Monday is the big launch, so we're informing the public that Monday we'll be going live with our 22.5 product. You'll continue to hear about it until Monday, and Monday you will see it on the market, hopefully.
Yeah, the media is good. You know, today I'm learning the different grades of cement. Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
Our followers are also learning these different grades of
cement.
Sure. Let's hear from your other colleagues.
So yes, let me just pick up on what my colleague stopped. So the cement grades are important and are options for you to save and to give you quality. So for logistics, we provide logistics to our distributors. At Cementco, we don't sell cement directly to you, Marka. We sell to distributors, Liberian authorized distributors, in another means to create job for Liberians. So the prices my colleague just lists are prices that you will go through the distributors and they will sell to you. So we provide logistics support to the distributors so that the prices he call to you can remain constant on the market. These distributors sell in Moserado and outside Moserado. Right now our focus is on the north, like Magibi, like Bone, like Nima, Sacré-Pied, Saniquide, Tapeta, those are places. Yes, the places our truck go to provide support to our distributors so that at the end of the day, they too can reduce the price so it can be higher on them. And then we also provide logistics support when you can cement as far as we can. So these services are intended to reduce the price on the market, that the quality, Liberian quality cement produced here, cement could be around, as we said, for a very long time, and continue to produce quality and continue to provide services affordable for Liberian. So the logistics services we provide to our distributors are intended to reduce the price or to make the price constant in this era that we operate.
Yeah, and let me also just add this information to for the benefit of our public. Cementco produces cement. We bring the raw material in Liberia and we grind the cement right in Liberia here by Liberian workforce and few of our foreign friends. And the next thing is the cement that is produced here. We many of our customers will ask you, but man, which they say you guys are using chemicals to produce the cement. No, we don't use chemical as in liquid to produce the cement. We use the raw material, the rocks. They are industrial rocks, like the clinker. The clinker is produced from burning at a very high temperature using limestone, clay, and sand and laterite. And then that is the product of the clinker. The clinker is the predominant material in the cement, and that is very costly. We don't have any of that in Liberia. We don't have the means of having it because of our market. So we have to import it from abroad. So anytime you see the big cargo ship in a port there with Cementco material, it's not cement. It is just the raw material that is coming. And so we blend these raw materials to grind them and produce the cement and at very, very affordable cost, and then at a rate at which the contractor works very comfortably with the cement.
So the logistics, man, people are concerned whether you name Nimba, you name other places. Somebody asked me about the Southeast. Do you have points of where to say distribution in the Southeast?
We are doing everything to reach the Southeast. As Makoli told you earlier that we were in the Southeast, but then we have some challenges. So management is working with the central government to see what support we can get from MPA down at the post, so that because to get to the Southeast now you must use the smaller boat, the local boat. So we are working with the central government to get some support. When we get those support, we will transport the cement through the vessel and carry to the ports like the port of Greenville, and Harper, to make the cement affordable. But right now, the information we have is that we're still working with government trying to reduce some costs so that we can carry the cement to those places.
So what sets you apart from other competitors? I know there are other products coming in country. What sets Cementco products apart from other competitors?
The key quality or the key thing that sets us apart from our competitor are quality. Quality is sure. We cannot compromise quality for anything. Even if we require that we spend more money to produce the cement for the Liberian people, we're not going to put any cement on the Liberian market that will cause problem. You can tell, Marka, you've been here since we all were born. Nobody not sue Cementco for crowd husbanding. Nobody, there's no record of anybody that has come back to us and said Cementco sold bad cement to us. So that's the quality. But another thing I want to talk about, and Victor will further expand on it, is our care for the environment. Cementco is compliant with environmental standards, and this is why Victor will further explain on that the CO2 requirement according to the SDGs and national requirement, the EPA requirement. We are conforming to it. We care about the environment. We care about safety. Safety in Cementco is a law. It's a law. You cannot conform to safety and rules or safety procedures. You cannot function in Cementco. Even if anybody from anywhere, even our bosses go there, when we say this place is where you should stay safe, you should stay safe. Because safety is everybody's business. And the environment, we care about the environment. We know we have a target. The entire world have a target according to the SDG on how to save the environment, what we should do conforming to the climate change measures. So Cementco has been consistent with that, and Feda want to further expand on that.
Before you further expand on that, just a little bit. Before, when I was small, we used to see the Cementco in a paper-like bag, but it has transitioned to another kind of bag. You remember the paper like that?
Because of the well bag.
The bag is there. That bag, because time has changed and rain is falling too much and people are behaving careless in handling the product. Cement is very peculiar when it comes to water and things. You don't mess around it with water. Any small moisture, it affects the cement quality. It kicks the cement. So you gotta be very careful with how you use the cement and how you handle it. So that's the reason why we've changed it now from the paper bag to the plastic bag you can see now.
I wonder the people who are asking to know.
Yeah,
it's very necessary. Yeah.
Okay,
And again to a point, not all the cement you see. One of the problem we are faced with, people accuse us of all the cement on the market. You will see other cement with different types of names, and and then they will say they are Cementco cement. No, Cementco has a name on their cement. Yeah, we have a brand now. So Cementco has a cement, and our cement, our bears has our name on it, and so you don't have to be confused. Look at the cement very carefully. We got some cement in this town. We can't just see everything, but they are not up to standard. But you have to go, you have to, mud, right? So you have to be very careful with what you buy. And we've always been here, like Eric said, we have never been sued for bad product. We have produced the best quality of cement. As a matter of fact, we are under one of the biggest cement manufacturer in the world, Halliburton Cement, Halliburton Material. They are a German company, and so our prices have been measured. And to produce cement, you need standards. Unfortunately, our country do not have a local standard, but we are operating and producing our cement with the best cement standard in the world. That is the EN standard, the European standard for cement testing, which is 197-1. So these are, and that particular standard gives us all the procedures, all of the SOPs we can follow to produce the cement. That is why you see we have the best cement on the market. We are able to always regain our certificate from the ISO to function in our country and produce our people the best quality cement.
That's good. So I don't know whether you are in a position to answer giving back as social responsibility to your community. Can you speak to that a little bit?
Cementco has been compliant with her social corporate responsibility. That is what we can say, because if Cementco have not been compliant, then trust me, you don't see that Brempo protesting right here. But with what we do, how we do it, that's another department to speak to that on another day. But we've been compliant. So we want to mostly emphasize on our launch. I'll put our launch on Monday. What relief, what pinpoint this product is going to address to our end users or the Liberian people. So on Monday at 10 o'clock, the Liberian Cement Corporation is going to be launching her new product, the 22.5X. And this new product is mainly used for, or we recommending is used for tile laying, black laying, and plastering. We want to emphasize that this 22.5 product is not a replacement for block makers. We know our Dwayne, they let plenty black already. And the cement chief, they will want to raise. We are saying the quality of this cement is accepted to be used for black laying, tile laying, and plastering.
And you will even see it inscribed on the bag.
You will see it inscribed on the bag. We indicated, and this is the message. We want the message to remain consistent, Marka. And we want Marka think about a situation where a Crowdball want to manage construct a little market. He get money to buy a whole bag of 32. He could buy the 22. That thing, you know, I'm marking whole cement correct in King Green, other places. What you know. Yeah, and the man way in camp play there who have just done a flow and just put some mat on it. I saw in Maryland people use the bamboo mat for flow mat. And then you lift it up, there's the mud on it, they just make it kick. So we said, no, you're going to get an affordable cement that you plaster that floor there. At least so you yourself, when they play cool, you can just lay a bar on the floor. So this cement is basically for our low income earners. We want to give everybody the opportunity to live in a decent home. We want to give everybody the opportunity to finish your unfinished building. The unfinished home, and plenty in the time. Some people can just pay and move inside and say, my man will be inside, will finish it. And sometimes you get inside, you can't finish it because you're catering for food, you're catering for school fees, and you're solving all the problems that you forget. That's how we mean unfinished home to dark can. So now we say dark now can. Y'all go finish your unfinished houses. We want you to plaster your house then. Don't blast. I've been saying now also. Ever since I rain been beating there, you get a foundation laying now.
What's the price gap between the 22.5X and the
32.5 arrow. So yes, so our big price for the 22.5X is 6.70 and the 32.5 arrow is currently 7.50. So imagine the gap over there. That's 70 cents gap. That's plenty of money in cement. I mean, like let's say 80 cents gap. That's plenty of money in cement there. 80 cents between, because if you say if you buy 100 bags, look at the map. You buy 100 bags, right?
Save $80.
You're saving $80 on 100 bags. I mean, $80 small money. Rate at almost one nothing. I saw it to a junction. I mean, Tokyo. Okay, I saw it on Dubai. So
any information remaining on your plate that you haven't shared, so that we can interact with the public, maybe they want to inquire some issues concerning this new product that is coming.
Yeah, so let me just say this right to our listeners. If you so like we've said this morning, we got 4 type of product now we are producing currently, and we have the capacity to produce 3 more once the request is made by our customers. So do not forget, we have the 22.5X, our new born baby. Now we've just given birth to a 22.5X, so she's the darling girl in town now. Then we have the 32.5 Arrow that you can use for general construction purposes, for all construction purposes. Then we have the 42.5 Arrow 2 for the same work to do. You can do general construction work with your 42.5 Arrow based on the strength of your land, based on the wetness of the land. You can use it for the 2.5 Arrow, and for the 2.5 Arrow or N, you can also use it for mega construction. Like you want to raise, you want to have tall story buildings, you can use it. It serves the purpose, and most times the 2.5 is being bought by our project customers. So those are the guys. And every time you buy a cement at Cementco, please request for a cement certificate. We always give our people a certificate to tell you, say, look, these are things, these are the components of our cement, so you can hold us by the things we are giving you. So when you carry a cement, it doesn't perform.
Certificate issue to the distributors, or people who just buy, maybe I want to buy 5 bags, 10 bags.
No, Cementco has a range at which they buy. We buy from a minimum range. I think it's 50 bags. The marketing people will tell you that. I think 50 bags above. So when you buy a cement, once you're buying from us, it is necessary you ask for a certificate. We'll give you a certificate and tell you come for the certificate at a particular date, or if it is available on that particular day, we give it to you. But it is very important you request for a certificate.
So
because
which one of these products is used for? Maybe to as a bridge construction, because now we see people building bridge.
We use the 42.5 Arrow as well, and the 2.5 Arrow or N. But again, another point we strike, right? The issue of cement is the application of the product. Eric was trying to mention it, but then he got carried away a little bit. The application is very important, because if you buy the cement, like the black makers, you want to we give you a specific measurement on the bag. Then you want to overuse the cement because you're taking advantage of the quality. You are taking serious risk. Construction work is not.
For example, if you were supposed to mix maybe 2 wheelbarrows of sand with a bag.
Yeah.
Then only because you want to get more, you are using a 3.5 or 4.
Brother, Eric and myself, we've done some assessment. I've seen the real 3 wheelbarrows. The men are 2 wheelbarrows into one. They call 3 wheelbarrows. And the guys, but still, our cement is still like performing. The next day we went there, we took this. I had doubt, but when we went there the next morning, they would turn the cement over, the blocks over. The guys, the blocks are still very strong. I'm like, wow, the guys are maximizing it, but it is still. They need to be careful because the application is very important. Cement is application. You have to be careful. Even the project guys, the way you do your concrete construction, your work, you got to be very careful with the application.
Okay, folks, we have a team here from Cementco talking about a new product that will be launched come Monday. So let's interact with the public briefly. 0770-202-579. 0770-202-579 is the number. This is the Truth Breakfast Show here on Truth 96.1 FM. Any question you want to ask about a new product, yes, you can ask. Let's speak with this first caller. Good morning.
Good morning, Marka, and good morning to our good brothers in studio there for Cementco.
Good morning.
Good morning.
This is Mark and Timbali. I'm calling from the Puebla community, District number 3 specifically.
Go ahead.
So I want to say a very big thank you to the company Cementco And it's because of Simeco, some people are called little there, thousand there saying that everything or US dollar in the country, because you see, Simeco have always been here for its people, and they have provided a lot of opportunity, job opportunities, so employment for people, especially for distributor, which Badokuma is also a beneficiary of. So because of that, and the job opportunity given to the distributor, and subsequently those distributors are also empowering other people who are putting food on their family table. We are benefiting from the people of the district number 3 because of that kind of job opportunity they are provided. So this morning we just call humble voice to say thank you to Simeco for empowering our people and continuing your good work. We'll always deal with Simeco. Simeco is the best cement in the Republic of Liberia. We can't treat Simeco for any other cement business.
Mark and Timba, thank you.
Thank you, Mark, and please recommend the 22.5X.
Yeah, Mark.
Good morning. Good morning to your studio guests.
Morning.
Yeah, I just listen. My name is Eric Ray, calling from Balancefield. And I just listened to the studio guest. I'm actually concerned about the measurement they have on the particular bags of the cement. Like the other brothers were saying, you can some people maybe three wheelbarrow to one bag, and then they pay the right measurement. But I want to know if you're doing concrete, and they tell you 2.5 and they call it 2.5, they have the same wheelbarrow measurement. But then the bag, the quantity are not the same. So we still work as compared to the way or to the 22 will work as well.
Oh, okay. I think you getting the
yeah, we got any question?
We got any question?
Good morning.
Good morning. How you doing?
We are doing great.
Yeah, thank you. I'm Rachel Flomo calling from Brownsville to be precise about the shot.
Okay.
Yeah. My concern is that they are saying that they have a new,
product coming up.
Come again?
Yeah, they have new product coming up. It will be launched on Monday.
Yeah, my concern is that will the new product have the same price with the old of cement? Will they have the same price? And the other concern is that are they having a fixed price for those who can come and buy the wholesale? Because when they come to sell in the various community, you can find different prices. So sometimes I get confused whether they have fixed price to their wholesaler, wholesale dealer, and how much they need to sell in various communities that they are, selling those cement. That's my concern. Thank you.
Okay. But for the first question back, I can answer it. They said the new product is lesser in price than the old ones. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So the other one they will answer. Good morning.
Good morning. My name is Mark. I'm calling from Tupodro.
Go ahead, Mark.
Yeah, so let me commend the folks in studio for introducing their new product. At least it will make parents to build. This their children ask them, Papa, when cement was saying that why you won't build.
Instrument will finish a crib too.
So, because I know after many years from now, cement price will increase to maybe $10, $20. But my concern is that the industrial area, there are people who are living around there, and then it's kind of hazardous for people there. What are they doing to relocate maybe in the future since they've been here for long?
Okay, Mark. Thank you. Good morning.
Good morning, Marka.
Morning, sir.
My name is Marka. I'm calling from Mumbai. I got two questions. One is, I'm a librarian who is not in a business sector. I want to get 8,000 beds or 500 beds from Simeco. Am I right to get it right from Simeco without going through the how you call it, go between all people? The two is, I thought Simeco should have a monopoly over cement production in Liberia. See food, see other stuff. Are they aware? Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Good morning.
Good morning, Marka. Good morning to Ochuku. I really appreciate the group from Simeco. I think it's important. Simeco has been here with us they have been in our country. But my concern is the 2.5x that you are putting on the market. Is it because Futa and Capital Link Cement, they are on the market now? Is that maybe there should be a competition, and that's why you have decided to reduce the grade and also reduce the price, and that all people will have an opportunity to buy in that because of that. And besides, I need to tell us that a 2.5, how many barrels you go into election sand in the rock. So we want to be in it, but it's hard to critical.
Okay, thank you. That's it. We have 4 minutes to go. We can use that fund to thank you.
Okay, so I will start with the customer that asked about the price at the factory and the price also. Like I said from the beginning, there is one major factor that affects price, which is transportation. And that is clearly stating to us that we sell the cement at 7.50 at the factory, then when we take it to the community, we're not selling 7.50. So that is the thing. And the issue of selling to the distributors, according to our investment in cement business and Liberian business, and they should be given to small Liberian businesses. So Simenco is just being compliant with the Liberian law.
So if Marka David won 1,000 bags of cement, you have to go through a distributor.
Marka David have to come back to the distributor, or if Marka David is a special project. We got customer categories. Like the government is a project customer to us. The construction companies are project customer to us. But we talk about the end user, it makes it easier. You get a better discount and you get the transport delivery for free too.
Okay.
So that is why we encourage you to go through our distributor. Yeah.
Yeah, and then another customer asked us, the caller asked whether the concrete measurement. Yeah, the cement, just as we have illustrated on the bags, right? You are supposed to generally use 3 wheelbarrows of cement for mortar, because there is mortar and there is concrete.
Yeah.
So the sand, the cement and water, we call that mortar. So if you are supposed to use mortar or produce mortar, it means you need 1 bag of cement, you need 3 wheelbarrows, 2 wheelbarrows of sand, fine sand, and also you need water too along to make your mortar mix, right? Then when you come to concrete, for the guys who are developing concrete, you are supposed to use 1 bag of cement, and then you use 2 piles of sand. When we say 2 piles of sand, it means the 2 wheelbarrows of sand plus 2 wheelbarrows of the aggregates or rocks. Now, what you need to produce your concrete. So you have to be very careful with the application of the cement to maximize your strength or to maximize performance. The next thing is another caller asks for product price. So, Ramsey can do that.
No, Eric addressed the product price
already.
already. So, for someone has talk about us monitoring the dust.
Yeah.
So we have the dust monitoring device that is installed by FTAN, monitored by FTAN and EPA. So we have, as Makodi said from the beginning, we protect the environment and we comply to all rules to protect the environment.
Okay, so let's just use, please, because of time, let's use 1 minute to close across the board.
Okay, so we want to say thank you to our chief marketer, our MD, the most strategic man at Simenco, Mr. William Garnard. We say thank you for the vision, and your vision is now coming to fruition. And we want to encourage our customer. We are Simenco. We've been here. We believe in quality. We will never give you something that will do what job.
Okay,
yeah, and so
so we encourage our people to buy the 22.5 and all the strawberry and finish that out. We're not finished.
Yeah, so we'd like to say thank you to the team here for.
Maybe just in 10 seconds. Somebody asked whether you're thinking about relocation.
No, relocation is not the discussion right now, but we.
Yes, so we want to thank the guys here for hosting us, and also our managing director for giving us this opportunity, and all the entire team at Simenco. We are here because of you, and our customers particularly. We want to say thank you. We are so humble to have you as our customers, and you are the ones putting food on our table, so we appreciate it so much. That is why we wake up every morning to make sure you have the best of quality to the best of your satisfaction. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you, Michael, and thank you to True FM for hosting us. Thank you to Simenco, and thank you to our distributors, our customers. Simenco remain number 1 with quality and affordable price. Thank you so much for having us.
Okay, thank you so much for coming as well, gentlemen. They are from Simenco, promoting their new product coming up on the market. It's a 22.5x. I'm seeing it with green. It's in a green and white bag. I'm seeing it. Yes, that's the new product for Semenco coming up on the market, so you can take advantage of it.
So, Marka,
we've been thinking about building house. The people have, brought up another product that we can go for it. Thank you so much for coming. We're leaving you this morning and Friday.
For you.
Friday, Augustine Star and Tourist Kanda will be here to plan this week's yes, it was a help. I can collect it.
Thank you.
Thanks ever so much.